All right. Good morning. Good morning. I'm going to switch over and get Instagram going. Make sure the world knows we're live there. So I think I've got it. And we'll get things opened up. Happy New Year. I remember saying that with my brothers. Happy New Year. They'll get that if they see this. Yeah, guys. Out with the old, in with the new. Welcome to 2025. I told Wendy when she got up a little while ago, I told her she'd been this is what it's like living with me. I said, "You've been sleeping all year." Good dad joke there to open it up for you. Super corny. Hope you liked it. Let's get things pulled up here and see what we got going. I'm going to try to see more of the comments today. So you guys, you're watching growth, because every time I do this, I get a little bit better at all the technical stuff. So I just saw a comment by one of our Summit community members, Ben Bryant, and he said, what did he say today? This past week has felt like a year. And I told Ben, jump on. I'll be live in a few minutes. You might like the topic. So oddly enough, the topic of today's live on our 10-day Finding Your Edge video series is aggressive patience. And something that I've always struggled with. Like, I've got a sign, it's upstairs, that says, "Take your time, but hurry up." Right? That's my mentality. You guys have done the DISC assessments or any of those personality things. I'm the high D, high I guy that's like, let's just go. We'll figure out the parachute on the way down, right? And when I decide I want to change something, I think it should go like that. And that's not always the case. So if you're on here, if you're watching on Facebook or YouTube or Instagram, go ahead and give me a fist pump in the comments. Make a comment. Let me know you're there so I can see you. And I'm trying to do a better job of seeing that stuff today. And we'll get going here in a second. So I've got the iPad going, the laptop, and the phone, just so I can see what's going on around here. See if the live comes up on Instagram. Anyway, I won't waste your time. Aggressive patience. So it's day six of our 10-day series. So I'm getting good at doing things every day. Aggressive patience, being consistent, right? So what if I told you that achieving your biggest goals requires urgency and patience, right? Urgency and patience. So today I'm going to show you how balancing taking bold actions while trusting the process is easier than you think. All right. This mindset has helped me in business and endurance sport. And I've tied that to this series a lot about, hey, this helped me in sport and it helped me in business. And frankly, sneak peek, that's what my book is about. That's the basis of it. Lessons I learned on the Ironman course and how I applied them to business and vice versa, really. So, and also now helping coach others to their potential. So it's been fun, but it's been trying at times because I'll give you an example. For instance, I always use the weight loss method, right? Listen, I know exactly why I don't weigh what I want to weigh right now. I know there's no mystery about it, but like I tell other people, it took me a bit to get where I'm at. It's going to take a bit to get where I want to go. You can't just snap your fingers and overnight say, hey, I did 3 days of intermittent fasting and I ate from the perimeter of the grocery store aisle and I went out and ran once and I lifted for 20 minutes. How come I haven't lost 40 pounds? Doesn't work that way, guys. It's small, consistent, measurable, trackable steps on a daily basis. That's the aggressive patience part that are going to help win this race. A friend of ours in our Summit community, Stephen Birch, is out in Texas today running his first marathon. And I commented to him, I said, just had some encouragement on his page. I said, slow and steady wins this race. And I said, it's going to hurt, but make it hurt as late in the game as you can. Okay. So, and that holds true with aggressive patience where like, hey, let's start into this easy. Let's not come out guns a-blazing, so to speak, and just go crazy here. Let's ease into this. So small measurable steps on the daily. It's easy to get discouraged when you don't see the results come quickly, right? But the aggressive patience keeps you moving forward, knowing that success is inevitable if you stay the course. Here's a common trap. People rush into it, right? People either rush in or burn out, or they wait passively for something to happen, right? So there's people like me that are like, hey, I decided I'm going to do this. How come it hasn't happened yet? I focused on it for 12 minutes. It didn't happen. Well, I'm not being patient, right? And there's other people that just kind of sit around and wait for it to fall out of the sky. What if 2 years ago I said, hey, I want to be a speaker and a coach and a podcaster, and I just kind of, hung out like that and waited for something to happen? It isn't going to happen, guys. Nobody's going to come do it for you. You have to do it on the daily. There's been many a times when I've come down here in the basement and I've said to Wendy, hey, I'm going to go down and do my live. There probably won't be anybody on there, but jokingly, hoping that. But the other day I said, hey, I'm going to get 16 people, right? And 15, and I got 16. But I was willing to show up, and I was willing to keep showing up. And in 2 years, not 2 days, in 2 years, have been able to build up a successful coaching company, coaching clientele. We're on podcast number 67. I started year one and said, we're going to do one of these every week. One of these every week. At the end of the year, we're going to have 52. Guess how many we had? Anybody want to put it in the chat? We had 19. Year one, 19 podcasts on a goal of 50. All right? On a goal of 50. Let me get my iPad straightened out here. Hoping to see if you guys are leaving any comments. On a goal of 50. Year two, I think we got 20 or more, right? Hey, we're in year three. We just hit 67. It's taken me 3 years to get 15 podcasts over my initial goal of 50. Imagine that, right? Imagine if I had quit. Imagine if I had been like most people when they start a podcast and quit after 7. I've gone 60 deeper than that in the podcast scene. So I'm proud of myself for doing that. Sorry, I'm just fighting my iPad. And it feels good to have done that. There's the comments. Ben Bryant. Only Bob got to laugh. Yeah, good to see you. Zach Harmon, how you doing, buddy? Dave Sepurko. I think I've got the pronunciation of your name down. So thanks for being here, guys. I appreciate it. But yeah, imagine if I'd quit after 7 podcasts or 4, or even after a year. Well, I only got 19. I didn't hit my goal. Aggressive patience. I said, well, what can we tweak? Maybe we could do one every other week in year 2. Whether we hit it or not. Sometimes I do 4 in a week. Sometimes I don't do any for 3 weeks. But what I don't do is just wait for them to fall out of the sky. I see somebody new, catch somebody in one of my groups. Hey, would you like to come on my podcast? I'm active about it. And I'm using aggressive patience, right? I wanted immediate results when I started building this coaching business. Didn't happen. But I had to show up. I just had to keep showing up consistently, delivering content, serving clients, and building relationships, even when I felt like no one was watching. So after months of discipline, months of action, things started to shift. Wendy said to me about a month ago, she said, it feels like you're starting to get some traction. I said, yeah, I'm going to be one of those 10-year overnight successes, right? Got to be patient. It helps when you enjoy it, because I enjoy the shit out of this. Don't enjoy the other stuff I was doing. This fills my cup. And it's easier if you find something that does fill your cup. Hey, Logan, Karen, how are you? If it's filling your cup, it's much easier to show up on the daily, right? So you can apply the same principle to any goal. And this is timely because how many of you guys are, doing the New Year's resolution thing? Hey, I got to eat better. I'm going to stop going out. I've got to spend less money. I want to save more for my retirement. I want to go to the gym 3 days a week. You can apply this concept this principle of aggressive patience to anything you do on a daily basis. Say nothing about your expectation of others. Adjust those to 0. You'll be way happier. Trust me. So how do we practice it? Where can we practice it? We can practice it by setting clear goals. All right. Know what you're working toward. Write it down. Okay. Write it down. Write down the small actionable steps that you're going to take to get there. Hey, how about daily action? Daily action. Focus on what you can control, not the end result. A year ago yesterday, I decided I'm going to go 2024 without drinking, right? So in January of 2024, I didn't focus on the other 11 and a half months or so that I had to go without having a beer or a whiskey or enjoying a drink with a friend. I focused on that day. One stacked onto another, and all of a sudden here we are, and now we're in year 2. I'm like, you know what? That felt pretty good. Maybe we'll keep on going. What if you're building a business? Would you commit to reaching out to 3 potential clients a day? 3 new leads a day, 10 new leads a week, 1 more call at the end of a day on a Friday. Celebrate the progress, not just the results. Recognize those small wins along the way. If you're trying to lose 20 pounds, hey, when you get to 5, boom, 25% of the way there, right? Celebrate that. And remind yourself that results take time. And you've heard hey, Matthew Tolman, how are you? You've heard the expression, trust the process. I don't like that. I like attack the process. Attack the process. You know where you're going. Trust the process to me is more like, okay, I'm doing the process. I'm trusting. Attack the process. Control your own destiny. And remind yourself that results take time. Just keep showing up, even when it feels slow, even when it feels like it's not working, even when people are starting to question what you're up to. Hey, you still doing that thing? What are you up to there? Keep doing it because you chose to do it. Happy New Year to you too, Matthew. Appreciate you. How about resilience? Developing resilience for setbacks. Okay. Use those obstacles as learning opportunities. There's value in everything you go through in life. Every time you get your ass kicked, right? There's some value there. Aggressive patience means adjusting, and quite simply put, just not giving up. We don't give up. If you're on this call, if you're in the Summit community, if you're in one of our Edge communities on the school app, there's no giving up. And nobody in there is going to listen to excuses either. Well, I just didn't get that done. It didn't go well. I guess Nope. I don't even say to these guys, hey, I had 3 leg surgeries last year. I haven't been able to get where I want to be weight-wise. Nobody wants to hear it. Nobody wants to hear it. All right, so we'll recap here. I won't keep you too long today. It's New Year's Day. I'm sure you've got things you want to do with family. So aggressive patience balances disciplined action with trust in the process and attack in the process, right? Consistency, focus, and resilience are the keys to long-term success. Fair statement? Guys, you can't teach motivation. It's hard to teach discipline. You've got to be consistent. Consistency, you're going to build confidence. That's going to fuel some momentum, fuel some motivation. In the process, you're going to become disciplined, whether you realize it or not. And celebrate the process and just stay committed, even when the results take time. It takes time. You don't put on 10 pounds a day. You're not going to take off 10 pounds a day. You don't show up and say, hey, I'm going to start this new business. I listened to a couple of podcasts and read a couple of books to be instantly successful. Anybody that's been successful will look at you and tell you that it was a bitch and they wanted to give up a bunch of times. So I'll ask you this. What's one goal where you can practice aggressive patience? What's one goal? Don't go down through your whole list of New Year's resolutions. What's one goal where you can say, you know what, I'm going to be patient on this, but I'm going to show up every day and I'm going to do it every day, every week, whatever your timeline is for that goal. whether I feel like it or not. I'll remind you, we talk a lot about standard over feelings. One of my coaches, Ben Newman, wrote the book, The Standard. And when he says standard, if you say, like, my standard right now is I don't drink, that's a standard. It's not a goal. It's now a standard. Standard over feelings. Don't let your feelings dictate how you show up. Yeah, I might like to have a beer. Nope, not going to do it. My standard is I just don't drink. Not doing that right now. My standard, your standard might be that your ass is on the pavement every day at 5 a.m. doing your thing. So share in the comments if you guys are. Every time I pull comments up on my thing here on my iPad, I lose my, yeah. Matthew Tolman, getting the business back in the green. Chris Colburn is here. Good to see you. Chris Welton, good to see you. Dave Saperco, health goals for 2025. Chris Welton, adversity is a requirement for growth. May adversity is the goal. Yeah. Thank you, Chris. I appreciate you being on here. Appreciate you commenting. Roy Dahl is on here. Roy's been through a lot in the last year. Roy, aggressive patience every single day, coming back from his heart surgery. Zach Midori is here. Logan Karen is here. Good to see so many of you guys on here. I appreciate you all. Happy New Year. Tomorrow, we're going to talk about resilience. So that ties in pretty well with this, right? How to bounce back from setbacks. Keep going when things get tough. So you don't want to miss it. Typically, I'm on around 8 o'clock. I think what I'm going to start doing is do a little post beforehand. I don't want to lock it right into 8 o'clock because sometimes one of my clients might need a call at 8. So I don't want to have that regular setup time. That may change. But I'm going to tell you this, and I've been thinking about this goal for the last 10 days, and I'm going to call it Live 365. Okay? That means I'm going to go live 365 days in a row. You heard it here. All right? Trying to lead from the front. I'm going to do this every single day this year, bring something to you guys. It might be one little nugget, might be one thing that's happened to me. You might not get anything out of it on a particular day. That's okay. But we're going to start the day off on the right foot. And you're going to hear a little bit of positivity. And in the process, you're going to get to know me a little bit. And let me know where I can help you. Hey, Danielle, how are you? So, guys, remember, the results you want are worth the wait. The results you want are worth the wait. Be patient, be aggressively patient, stay disciplined, stay focused, and trust the process. Attack the process, okay? Whoever wrote trust the process, get them out of here. Attack the process. That's how you find your edge. This has been day 6 of our 10-day series. Tomorrow we're talking about resilience. I appreciate you guys. Thanks for being on. I will see you tomorrow.